2018's Dusk is an amazing game that gets almost everything right. It's fast, responsive, challenging, and most of all, fun. But PC gamers knew, or could have known, that for the past 3 or so years. But what about others? On the 28th of October 2021, Dusk released on Switch. Is the port good? How does it compare to the PC version? I hope to answer that in this quick video, but before I discuss the port, I should talk about the game itself. Dusk follows the adventures of a treasure hunter named Duskdude, who came to the town of Dusk after hearing about its riches. He gets ambushed by a bunch of Mario-looking leathernecks and put on meat hook. Duskdude instantly pulls the sickles out of his hands and starts slaying leathernecks with them. This beginning part is great at teaching you the mechanics of the game. You're in an awkward situation with melee enemies while only having a melee weapon. If you look around, you can find the secret pistol behind some barrels. You can also throw this gas can right at the leathernecks, but you might want to save it to throw it at this cracked wall instead. The room right after this one throws a very misaligned texture right in front of you. Try to go through it and you're rewarded with a secret double barrel. This is just one example. Dusk constantly teaches you stuff, sometimes without you even realizing. Just like the classics, Dusk is split into 3 episodes, and as you go further and further along the game, it gets more and more insane. I'm not gonna talk much about the story since I don't want to spoil a game that you will play. The arsenal is great, every weapon has its use, and there is no overpowered BFG-like weapon that makes all others useless. Some people complain about it, saying that there is nothing really unique in it aside from the crossbow and the cigar, but that's a nitpick at best. There is one weapon that sounds extremely OP on paper, but in practice is actually balanced pretty well, the soap. Find it, pick it up, throw it at an enemy, deal 1 billion damage. Simple enough. With how fast-paced the game is, picking up this small bar of soap does actually get pretty difficult when zooming around the level at Mach 3. The movement of Dusk is really fun. It's simpler than p-hopping or strafe jumping, but it still requires some effort. You just need to hold 2 directions and keep jumping. In practice, it still takes skill to do this while having accurate aim. Even though the game is fast and you're powerful, Dusk is a phenomenal horror game. E2M2 and E3M4 are great examples. Also, the OST is really good. It is composed by Andrew Hulshult, who you may or may not know from other boomer shooters, Quake Champions, or even the Doom Eternal DLC. These aren't just 10-second loops. There are 43 full-length tracks here. I said I wouldn't talk about the story much, and that's true. I won't spoil the game itself since the plot is actually pretty interesting and isn't just the usual kill stuff because. The lore is actually expanded outside of the game for the graphic novel included in the Intruder edition. It sadly only goes up to E2M5, which is the halfway mark, but we are apparently getting a second issue sometime soon. There is also a prequel, Dusk 82, which is a top-down puzzle game. Think Chip's Challenge with guns. So, Dusk is a great game, but how does a fast-paced movement shooter play on the small Joy-Con thumbstick? Actually, surprisingly good. I'm surprised too, but the Mudlets at Newblood actually pulled it off. There's a bit of auto-aim by default, but you can turn that off if you'd like. It's completely customizable. The port has some new features, some of which came to PC, like a weapon wheel and a couple other. One thing that probably won't come to PC is the new exclusive level. The GOG version had one too, but this one is Switch exclusive and is modeled after the castle from Mario 64. It runs pretty well. There are rare dips below 60 FPS, but that's always when there is a huge amount of action, so it's not that common. Most of the optimization was done under the hood, like upgrading the Unity version that Dusk runs on, but there are some little small things I noticed, like a reduced number of particles. Some graphical options that missing that were on the PC Lake version, like Bloom.
Okay, so today I am going to blind myself with a lamp for no reason.
More texture filtering, but let's be honest, if you used either of these, you're a monster. Hey, Edit Robotul here. There's some stuff that I forgot to mention that I just now remembered. A couple levels were adjusted to play better on Switch, mostly the sections with climbing gear. As in, most climbing gear got replaced with jump pads, which has the side effect of affecting how some secrets work. So like, E2 M4 you need to rocket jump to get a secret that you normally got by using climbing gear, etc. Another thing, at the moment, if you use inverted controls, the gyro also gets inverted. This is apparently getting patched soon. There's also a glitch that makes some levels impossible to 100%. I reported it to the devs and it's getting fixed in the nearest patch, which will come out in like a week, I think. Anyway, back to the video. And that's all I really have to say about the port. The new level is fun and it runs well, but aside from that, it's just Dusk. This isn't a compromised version like many other Switch ports. This is the real deal. And if you like numbers, 9.5.